My girlfriend texted me saying, "I'm in the hospital after a mental health crisis. Why do you refuse to compromise? It's your fault." I ran there immediately, but the hospital had no record of her. By tracking her cell phone, I discovered that I was at a resort with another man, and that's where I showed up with a bouquet of roses along with her parents. I received the message at 11:43 p.m. on a Thursday. I was already lying down, scrolling through my feed. I was watching sports highlights on my phone when the screen lit up with a flood of messages from my girlfriend, Natalie. "I can't go on anymore. Your refusal to compromise destroyed me. I'm in. Memorial Hospital is collapsing. It's all your fault. I needed you. You asked me to marry you and you kept stalling. Look what you did to me." My stomach sank. We had been together for 3 years and living together for 1. Yes, we had talked. We recently talked about marriage. She wanted a ring before our anniversary. I wanted to wait until I got promoted, maybe another year. A normal couple thing, I thought. But a mental crisis? My problem. I wore the pants yesterday and drove like a madman to the hospital. I rushed into the emergency room, almost breathless, calling for Natalie Hendricks. The nurse checked the system, then checked it again, and even called someone. "Sir, we don't have a patient with that name. No admissions tonight matching that description. Perhaps she used another one. She is 29 years old, has brunette hair, and is approximately 1.68 meters tall." They were patient but firm. No one with those characteristics was hospitalized. I called her cell phone. It went straight to voicemail. I texted Carly, her best friend. Nothing. I sat in the car in the hospital parking lot, completely confused. That's when I remembered that we share our cell phone locations. She insisted on this last year because security. She opened the door to look for her iPhone. There it was, the 76. Kilometers away, at the Granville Resort, at midnight, while supposedly he was having a mental breakdown in the hospital. I was there for about 10 minutes, just that, staring at the tiny dot on the screen. Then another penny dropped. My coworker. Derek had mentioned that he would be taking a few days off that week. The same person she was mentoring at work. Derek, the same one who was in charge of good morning to her every day. I came home and couldn't sleep. At 6 a.m., I did something I had never done before, but which I felt was totally justified. I accessed her laptop. She had saved the passwords and never changed them after me. Show it once. The credit card statement showed a reservation at the resort. 2 adults, king-size bed, spa package, name of Reserve, Derek Morrison. At this point, I should probably just having confronted her. But something in that text blaming me for a false crisis. Mentally, it flipped a switch inside me. She wanted to manipulate me with guilt about commitment while secretly spending romantic weekends with another guy. No way. I called work and said he was ill. On Friday, I went to a flower shop and bought 24 red roses, the most expensive ones. Then I made another call. "Hi, Mrs. Hicks, this is Jake. Listen, Natalie had a rough night. She's feeling really bad about our relationship. I thought that perhaps if you and Mr. Hay came here tomorrow afternoon, we could all talk together. How about around 2 p.m.? Yes, at our apartment. I also want to resolve this. See you tomorrow. On Saturday at 1:30 p.m., I was driving to the resort. The resort was one of those luxurious places with a lobby that smelled of candles. Guys, I walked in holding my roses like the most devoted boyfriend in the world. Hi, I'm here to surprise my girlfriend, Natalie Hendricks. She is? I'm staying with a friend. The receptionist smiled. I can't give out any information regarding the rooms, but I can call her. Actually, you can check if. Are they in the pool? She loves the pool. They were. I found them both in the pool. Infinite. It was Natalie wearing a bikini I'd never seen before. She was sitting on Derek's lap in a lounge chair, kissing like 2 teenagers. His hands, let's just say, weren't exactly suited for a mentoring relationship between colleagues. I stood there for about 30 seconds, roses in hand, just watching. Part of me wanted to explode, to throw something. I wanted to make a scene with the flowers, but I didn't do any of that. I took 3 photos with the candles and left. I went back home, put the roses in, a vase on the dining table. Natalie's parents arrived promptly at 2 p.m. Hours. "Where's Natalie?" her mother asked, looking around. "Good. That's a good question, darling. She should be arriving soon." We chatted, I served coffee. Her father kept looking at the clock every 2 minutes. At 2:47 p.m., I heard the key turning in the lock. She entered, radiant, her hair still damp. Right behind her came Derek carrying her weekend bag. And then they both froze. "Mom, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing here?" Linda stood up slowly. "Jake called us. He said you were going through a crisis. He said you were having mental health problems because of commitment." Natalie's face turned white. Derek tried to turn around towards door. "And you are?" asked Robert, her father. "Derek, I'm Derek from work. The colleague she's mentoring." I complimented him, the one who needed so much guidance. "That you had to book a romantic weekend at a resort with a spa package." Natalie finally found the voice. "Jake, can I explain?" Explain how he explained that he was in the hospital and fifth night. I picked up my cell phone and showed the message to her parents. Explain how she explained that she had a mental breakdown, supposedly because of me. Linda read the message, becoming increasingly red on each line. "Natalie Marindris, you told him you were in the hospital?" "Mom, you don't understand. While I was at a resort with this man," the voice of Robert was deathly calm. Derek mumbled something about needing to leave. Robert stood in front of the door. "Sit down." Derek sat down. I got the photos of the pool, and I showed it to her parents. That was an hour ago, while I was buying flowers for. I apologize for supposedly causing her a mental breakdown. Linda started to cry. Robert seemed on the verge of having a stroke. Natalie tried to contain the damage. "It's not what it seems. Jake and I were having problems. He didn't want to commit. Derek was alone, just comforting you with his tongue," I interrupted. "You were never going to ask me to marry you?" she yelled. 3 years, Jay, 3 years. Does Derek really want a future with me?" Derek paled. "Huh? Natty, we talked about this being casual." "What?" She turned to him. "I mean, you said you wanted to have fun." "No pressure." The expression on her face, the complete surprise at realizing that the lover didn't plan on marrying her, it was priceless. I couldn't help it. I started laughing. "That's it. That's beautiful. You destroyed our relationship for a guy who sees you as a hobby." Her father stood up. "Pack your bags. You're going back home." "With us, Dad? I'm 29 years old." "Pack your bags." She looked at me with tears in her eyes. "It's starting to leak. Jake, please, can we talk about it?" We could. "We had a conversation on Thursday. You chose manipulation and lies. Grab your things." While Natalie cried as she packed her things, Linda cornered her. Derek was in the living room. "How long has this been going on?" she asked, with a voice so cold it could freeze hell. "Huh? 2 months." 2 months. Robert seemed ready to pounce on him. That accountant. The 65-year-old was about to get into a fist fight with a 27-year-old bodybuilder. "She said that you two had basically broken up." Derek defended himself. "She said that he was emotionally unavailable." I laughed. I couldn't help it. "Emotionally unavailable," I repeated. "I was literally scheduling meetings. We have monthly meetings to talk about our relationship because she asked me to. Last week, I went to her presentation, her nephew's recorder. Natalie left the room dragging 2 suitcases with mascara smudged all over her face. "And where should I go now?" she asked. "Hello," Linda replied firmly, "while you figure out what's there." "There's something wrong with you. Mom, are you on his side? You lied when you said that. I was in the hospital. He used mental health as a form of manipulation. She betrayed me. Which side do you think I should choose?" Then Natalie did which she always did when she was cornered. It exploded. "Okay, they want it. Want to know the truth? Jake is boring. He plans everything, keeps receipts. He wants to, waiting for the right moment for everything. Derek is spontaneous. He makes me feel alive." Derek started to approach the door. "Yeah, so I guess that I'm leaving now." "You're not going anywhere." Natalie grabbed his arm. "Tell him, tell me how you promised we would travel. How did you say I deserved better?" Derek looked like a trapped animal. "I mean, those are just things people say." It finally dawned on me. For Natalie, "You said you loved me." At that moment, it was something contextual. I grabbed a beer from the fridge. That was better than any Netflix series. Robert finally spoke. "Derek, get out of here. If I see you near my daughter again, we're going to have problems." Derek practically ran off. "Not even." She said goodbye. Natalie turned to me. "Was that what you wanted? To humiliate me?" "No, I wanted a girlfriend who wouldn't fake psychiatric emergencies to manipulate me while having sex with her colleague." Work. She grabbed a vase, thankfully not the one with roses, and threw it against the wall. It shattered. "That's going to fall out of your storage," I yelled. Linda had to physically drag it away, all the way to the door, while she screamed that I had ruined her life, that I had given her the honor of being her soulmate, and that she deserved it. Something better. Robert stopped at the door and looked at me. "Jake, I'm sorry. We didn't raise her to be like this." "I know, Robert. It's not your fault." After they left, I sat in my apartment, now suddenly silent, with the roses still on the... I sat down at the table and ordered a pizza. Then I did something that was almost therapeutic. I started browsing the things she had left behind, and I found something interesting. Her diary. I know. Privacy. But she had just destroyed my life, so screw it. The entries ranged from months ago, complaints about me not proposing to her, but also mentions of 5 other guys she was texting. Derek was just the only one who bit the bait. She was looking for my replacement while simultaneously demanding commitment. The audacity was unbelievable. An entry from 3 weeks ago read, "Jake will never change. Too safe, too predictable. I need someone to choose me immediately. I deserve the fairy tale. If he doesn't, someone will give it." I photographed every page. Proof. Update 1. Sunday was quiet. Too quiet, in fact. But Monday came like a runaway train. At 7 a.m., I woke up with a weight of 73 notifications on Instagram. Natalie had posted a series of stories. "When would you give 3 years of your life to someone who doesn't want to commit?" #wasted time. Mental health matters, but some people only think about themselves. Starting over. Goodbye toxicity. And my personal favorite, a photo of her hand with a bandit and the caption, "Healing more than just that." The detail, the bandit would do nothing. I knew. That's because I saw through the footage from our smart doorbell that she was putting the bandage on just for the photo at 5 p.m. It was the middle of the morning when he thought I would still be sleeping. By noon, I already had messages from several friends on Common, half of them telling me I was cruel for exposing her like that. Another half sent me screenshots from Derek's Instagram where he had posted a photo from a nightclub on Saturday at night with another woman. Captions, "Drama-free zone." But the real circus started when Natalie's mother called me. "Jake, sorry to bother you, but Natalie is saying that you have intimate photos of her and are threatening to release them." "What, darling? I would never do that." I know, honey, I know. But she's telling everyone about it. She said that was the reason I left so quickly. That's when I realized I was completely fed up. I called a friend of mine who's a lawyer. Can I sue her for defamation? You can, but honestly, just document everything and let it sink on its own. So I did something petty. I posted my own stories on Instagram, a screenshot of her message from the hospital with a simple caption, Thursday, 11:43 p.m. versus Friday, GPS location. Hospitals don't have infinity pools. Natalie exploded. She called me from her mother's phone since I had blocked her. Take that off the air now. No, then I'll call the police. I'll tell them you're harassing me. Great, then I'll show them your diary where you detailed a plan for me. I'll force you to get pregnant if I don't propose to you by Christmas. Silence. Ah, yes, I found this gem on page 47. You even researched when I was ovulating. Did you read my diary? Did you leave it there? My apartment. That's called abandonment of property. She started to cry, not tears. Sad, but angry. You ruined everything. Derek isn't answering my calls. Connections. My friends think I'm crazy. Even my parents are disappointed. It seems like your problem. I hate you. You should have fought for me. He should have run after me to prove he loves me. And there he was. The stark truth. She wanted me to chase after her while I was with Derek. She wanted me to realize what I was losing. Yes, I noticed, I replied, a manipulative liar. I'm okay with losing this. She hung up. On Tuesday, I received a call from HR. From my company. Natalie had called saying that I was creating a hostile work environment, even though they weren't working there. They were confused, but they needed to follow protocol. I explained briefly and the case was closed immediately. On Wednesday, she tried a new tactic. Carly texted me, Jake, Nat is going through a tough time. She was prescribed antidepressants. All of this traumatized her. Great, maybe therapy will help her. To understand that faking hospital stays is wrong. Wow, you're really heartless. No, I'm just tired of manipulation. Oh, and ask her why she told him Derek was taking birth control when he wasn't. What? Take a look at page 52 of the diary. Who was she trying to get pregnant by? She asked him to marry her first. Carly didn't respond, but later saw a story on her Instagram. When you realize your friend isn't who you thought she was, it's time to leave. On Thursday morning at 6 o'clock, the doorbell rang. It was Robert. Jake, sorry to bother you. Can we talk? I let him in and I made coffee. I need to know. She's always been like this. I thought about lying, I tried to downplay things, but he deserved the truth. The signs were there. I ignored it. The little lies, the emotional blackmail, the way she would punish me with silence when I didn't do what she wanted. I thought it was normal behavior. Relationship. He felt sadly. We empowered her. Her mother and I are always making excuses. She's sensitive. She is intense. We failed her. You loved her. That's not failing. He was. Although after giving me an awkward fatherly hug. Update 2. Friday should have been a relaxing day. I had taken the day off to do a thorough cleaning of the apartment and eliminate all traces of Natalie. I put on music, opened the windows. I was feeling good. Then, at 2 p.m., the doorbell rang. It was Derek with a black eye. Man, he needs to talk, against my better judgment. I let him in. Beautiful. A bruise. A gift from Natalie. Actually, it was her father who showed up. My gem. I laughed. Then Robert really started the fight. Legend. Look, Jake, I'm sorry for everything, but I need to tell you something. What? Natalie. She's planning something. She called me drunk last night, saying she's going to make you pay and that she knows how. To get what you deserve. Period. What does that mean? She said something about her contract, apartment, about having copies of documents, and that he is in contact with a guy named Garay. Garay, my landlord. She also mentioned that she still has a key. I changed the locks. She said she made a copy of the new one while you were sleeping. 3 weeks ago. My blood ran cold. 3 weeks ago, she had been especially affectionate. One night, I had given her my keys to get breakfast the next day while I was sleeping. Why are you telling me this? This? Derek shifted uncomfortably. Because what she's doing is crazy. And she's telling people that I forced her, that I was the one who pursued her. But that's not true, man. She was the one who came after me.
I have the messages to prove it. She's trying to destroy us both. I checked. I immediately checked my security app. No suspicious activity. Even so, I changed the locks again that afternoon, this time for electronic locks. No keys to copy. On Saturday morning, I woke up to an email from my landlord, Jake. I received concerning information about unauthorized occupants and possible violations of the contract. We need to talk, I called Garrett right away. Garrett, what's going on? What's happening? His ex-girlfriend contacted me. She said she's been living there for 2 years. She has rights as a tenant and you illegally evicted her. She was never on the lease. She moved out. She left a year ago and left of her own accord last week. She showed me documents stating that she receives benefits. I have correspondence there, and she has been paying part of the rent. She has never paid the rent. I have all my records. Banking. She showed me transactions on Venmo. I opened my Venmo app. I sent her $50 per month with a note about the bills, and I sent her $400 per month with purchase notes. Garrett, she would send me $50 for bills while I gave her $400 of allowance. She is trying to forge a tenant history with false claims. He sighed. Send me all the documentation. This is going to be a lot of work. I spent the day gathering everything together. Bank statements, contracts, messages. And then I found something interesting. She had been receiving mail at my address, credit cards, signatures, even a parking ticket. She was building a trail of paper. I called my lawyer friend again. Tom, things are getting worse. We reviewed everything together. His verdict? She's trying to commit fraud, but she's being careless. Keep documenting everything, and if attempt to enter the apartment, call the police immediately. Sunday, 11 p.m. Movement alert. On the doorbell camera, Natalie with a guy I didn't recognize. He had tools with him. I called 911 immediately. Someone is trying to break into my apartment. I was watching on my phone while they were trying to open the door. The electronic lock resisted. The police arrived in 8 minutes. The guy ran away. Natalie tried to stay calm. Officers, I live here. I was just locked out. Ma'am, the neighbor called us. He says you don't live here. He's my boyfriend. We had a fight and I left. Ex-girlfriend. She'll be leaving in a week. He has no legal right to be here. I showed the police the messages. Regarding the hospital, the rental agreement is only in my name, and I have her parents' contact information confirming that she lives with them. They learned about it now. They learned about it for attempted home invasion. Final update. Natalie spent Sunday night in jail. On the morning of Monday, Linda called me crying. Jake, I'm so sorry. We didn't do it right. The idea that she would go this far. She's fine. We're paying the bail. Now, Robert is furious. We'll get help for her. Help from the truth this time. But her audacity wasn't over yet. On Tuesday, I was summoned. She was suing me for wrongful eviction, emotional distress, defamation, theft of property, apparently because I kept the toothbrush, her loss of salary due to absence from work because of the trauma. The amount? $50,000. Tom, my lawyer friend, looked at the paperwork and burst out laughing. This here is toilet paper. Her lawyer must be desperate for work. The hearing was scheduled for Dolly 3 weeks ago. I was no longer worried. I'm just exhausted. These past 3 weeks have been hell. Natalie went into scorched earth mode on social media. Daily posts, survive abuse, narcissist, created a blog called Dating a Sociopath, My Story, made videos on TikTok about warning signs in men, describing things like he guards receipts and refuses to commit after years of stringing you along.
But the comments weren't going well. The way she expected. Girl, you pretended to be in the hospital. You didn't cheat him. Why was she trying to break into his apartment? She deleted and blocked it, but the screenshots kept spreading. Derek even commented once, "This is fiction. You were the one who came after me while I was living with him. I have proof." She deleted the entire video. Court day arrived. I showed up in my best suit, ready to go. My side is a folder of evidence that is almost 5 centimeters thick. Natalie, she appeared wearing a neck brace. Yes, a neck brace. Her lawyer. She began by claiming that I forcibly removed her from the apartment. The judge asked, "Evidence. My client has emotional testimony. Physical evidence, lawyer." They didn't have any. I presented the messages showing that she left voluntarily, statements. Sworn statements from the parents saying that she had returned to live with them, the false messages about the hospital, the footage of attempted break-in, diary entries about the forced pregnancy plan, Derek's statement saying that she stalked him, bank records showing she never paid rent, and the police report of her arrest. The judge interrupted us after an hour. "Miss Hendricks, you pretended a psychiatric emergency. I was emotionally distressed. Yes or no?" Yes. The lady tried to break into Mr. Peterson's apartment after I had moved out. I still had belongings there. Did the lady try to break in? Yes or no? Yes. Case closed. Miss, you are lucky that Is Peterson not countersuing? I suggest you leave him alone permanently. Her lawyer whispered desperately. She stood up. "Your Honor, and what about my emotional distress?" The judge looked at her over his glasses. "Do you want?" In other words, the consequences of their own actions. Lawyer, control your client. Outside of... In court, Natalie had her final breakdown, screaming in public at the top of her lungs. "Lungs, you ruined my life. I gave you 3 years and you gave Derek 2 months. While he was still with me, I deserved better. I deserved someone who... You fought for me. You found someone who fought against your lies. That's what you deserved." Her parents literally carried her to the car. Linda whispered an apology with her lips as they walked away. That was 6 weeks ago. From what I heard, she's still living with her parents. Derek requested a restraining order. After she showed up at his apartment, she was fired from her job for being absent too often. She started dating a guy from an app who dumped her after Googling her name. She's doing mandatory therapy by court order due to attempted break-in. And I'm fine. The apartment is peaceful. I started dating someone new. This person is in a bookstore. She thinks it's cute that I keep receipts. I told her Natalie's whole story from our 3rd meeting. She replied, "Wow, dodging a bullet. I got a promotion at work. Apparently, no drama. A relationship journal improves productivity. Who would have thought? Sometimes I think about these 3 things. Years. I wonder if I ignored the signs or if she hid them well. My therapist, yes, I also started therapy. He says it doesn't matter. What matters is that I recognized the lack of respect and acted accordingly. I still have those roses. I dried them, framed them, and I hung it in the bathroom with a small sign. Trust your instincts. 2024. A daily reminder that when someone shows their true colors, believe them. First time. And when that person fakes a psychiatric emergency to manipulate you, run. Run fast, run far, and change the locks. Her audacity never faded because... Complete. Last week, I received a request on Vimeo for $3,000. The note read, "For the therapy you caused." I refused and sent $0 with a message for the hospitalization that never happened. She finally blocked me.
Comment. Reddit of the day. This story shows that some people will do anything to manipulate. They lie, they play the victim, and they still try to destroy your life when they lose control. The lesson here is clear. When someone shows you who they really are, yes, believe it at first and then walk away. If you've watched this video this far and enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to hear more exciting stories.